There we go. Love it. Hi, everybody. It's Friday. What's the date? December 11th. It's Friday. I just know it's Friday after the semester's ended. It's mid-afternoon. I'm catching up on some games. So today I'm playing Elsinore. Played a little bit of this yesterday. Got through the first loop and a half-ish. So we're going to continue from there. I'm just going to jump in. Oh yes, that's right. Shit, that's Othello. So, let's see what's going on. Yes, right. Okay, Bernardo. We just saw Bernardo perform in a play, and revealed to us that he is maybe transgender, it seems like, but is passing as male. Bernardo, it won't help anything. There's nothing left for me now. I've thought that many times in my life, and I've always been wrong. Hey, hi people. You'll survive. I have faith. Maybe. Oh, is Othello the bar? No. What? Hold on. I need to look this stuff up because I don't. All of a sudden, Othello's here. Handsome and humble barkeep in Castletown. He spends most of his days telling stories of far-off lands and performing songs to all who hear. Okay. And what is the barkeep and me? Othello seems to live in a world separate from mine. I'd like to observe what his day-to-day life might be like. Okay. I mean, that's like a whole thing, right? Like, I could do a whole run where we just hang out with Othello. And I kind of want to explore this. I forget. Hold on. First, I don't remember what the hell was going on yesterday. So what is going on in my time loop? Father and the King plan to catch Hamlet. That is an original event that we never got to actually do. Because I think we were passed out for it the first time around. And then still want to see what happens when Polonius probably doesn't get assassinated. No, we're good. We are playing Ophelia in the story of Hamlet, except that she travels through time in order to fuck shit up. And there's dogs, and they're all adorable, and you can pet them, I think. Yeah, look at that pet. All right, let's go back to what's going on here. Wait, hold on. What's going on here? I'm actually really curious. I'm going to follow Quince around a little bit. What is he doing? Is he just standing there? Okay. I'm going to ask him about this shit. So, Othello isn't in Hamlet. This is the story of Hamlet. But for some reason, we've got Othello in it. And that seems really weird. We also have Peter Quince, whose name sort of rung a bell, but it wasn't until I looked it up that I realized he is from Midsummer Night's Dream. He's the leader of the troupe of players from Midsummer Night's Dream. And he is in this story replacing the troupe of players, maybe nameless troupe of players, that performs the sort of, you know, the plays the thing to catch the conscience of a king in Hamlet. So those folks are not here. They're replaced by Peter Quince, who does the whole thing himself in masks. I just didn't realize he was also from a different play. He seems aware of the fact that we're traveling in time. Othello I just met, and I don't know what his deal is. And also, yes, that's true. Taming of the Shrew was being performed, sort of, you know, off stage in the town. At one point, we went and saw Bernardo performing in Taming of the Shrew. So, like, there's a lot of Shakespearean stuff going on. Peter Quince seems like a linchpin. The other thing that I sort of like subconsciously, I think, recognized but did not realize is how much Peter Quince in this depiction looks like the Happy Mask salesman from what's that game? The Zelda game. You know the Zelda game. Majora's Mask. Which is also, I'm sure, not coincidental. So, okay, one more thing for, yes, Breath of the Wild. For one more thing for folks who didn't see the first part, Ophelia, unlike in the original play, where she commits suicide off stage, in this story, Ophelia is assassinated by a spy somewhere in the castle. Who stages the murder to look like a suicide, which is frankly maybe my favorite part of this, because it feeds into the the traditional story so well. Like, everybody discovers Ophelia's body and is like, oh, she drowned herself, but actually she's been murdered, and so now we have to solve our own murder. It just is a nice thing of, like, maintaining character agency for a character that supposedly commits suicide. Okay, I am going to maybe ask him about that. I don't know that he's going to be able to help. Someone wants me dead. I've come seeking your advice.
Oh.
Most precarious predicament. I've seen your funeral, after you're dead and the worms have gotten to you. Thanks, Quince. They'll have to fish your corpse out of the river. Already pray for maggots. Wow, okay. I was getting to the point. You can be so impatient. At your funeral, 2 men jump into the grave and fight over who loves you the most, Hamlet and Laertes, I think. Your most passionate admirers, Hamlet and your own brother, yes. And of course, failing those 2 clowns, I suspect a man of the law could keep you under sword and guard for a bit. I see. So if I am near, or perhaps under the protection of in some other way, Hamlet or Laertes or what's his name, Captain of the Guard, then maybe the assassin doesn't get me. It's a good point. I often turn to the arts to solve such a dilemma. Performance can provide great catharsis, If it rings true with a particular member of the audience, it can inspire great change. I could share the secret if you like. You should see some of my newest material. In this humble playwright's opinion, it has a rare novel quality, I think. Is that an invitation? Meet me in the gallery after my performance has concluded and we'll talk. Cool. I can do that. Ophelia learns about a future event. Ophelia learns more about the playmaster. Cool. What am I on the hook for? This is at 10:15 in the Great Hall. Cool. All right. So Gertrude left. Irma's now talking to Rosencrantz and Guildenstern. Bernardo. Horatio is annoying. So is, okay, what do I have? What am I working on? Let's see. Open up my journal. Irma's ire is in the works. Claudius clearly holds a lot of power. He killed his own brother. I don't know why and what drives a man to do something like that. Interesting. Maybe if I got to know the people close to him, I'd find out. So I could stalk Gertrude and try to get her to open up about Claudius, which is something that I would be nervous doing, except that nothing I do matters, right? And now I've fast forwarded all the way to the part of the movie where Bill Murray kills himself in a variety of strange ways. So I could just go harass Gertrude. Let's do that. That kind of sounds fun. Where is she? She's in her chambers. Perfect. Also, when's the play? So when I say time travel, what I mean is we are caught in a time loop that starts on the morning of... I don't remember. I think it goes over 4 days. So like Thursday morning we wake up. And then we have the opportunity to talk to people and change how events unfold over the 4 days until, well, the only thing that's happened so far is we get murdered. And then after we get murdered, we wake up again and it's Thursday morning. So that's sort of the time travel-y bit, which is very reminiscent of Majora's Mask. I'm going to talk about this.
My lady.
Yes, theoretically, we are hoping to find a better end than the actual end of Hamlet. And it does seem like almost anything would be better than the original ending of Hamlet. My lady, I have unfortunate news about your husband's role in King Hamlet's death. Closer, Ophelia, and lower your voice, please. She knows. I believe King Hamlet was murdered, my lady. I have overheard Claudius confessing it himself. King Hamlet wasn't bitten by a snake at all. I don't understand. What are you saying? Please tell me this is a sick joke of yours. Because if it's true...
I'm sorry.
I know it's difficult to say, difficult to hear. Could Claudius have... Maybe
No.
I shouldn't have said that. I understand you may have seen something you can't describe, Ophelia, but you must have been mistaken. I'm certain Claudius didn't mean whatever he said, or perhaps you heard it out of context. Regardless, I shall seek him out myself and clear the air. Uh-oh. I'll clarify that it was nothing at all. Frankly, I had thought this kind of whisper trading beneath you, Ophelia. Wait, well, hold on. Don't... oh, shit. Now I can't talk to her because she's upset, right? And she's going to talk... Okay, so when is that going to happen? Hold on. How much did I just fuck up? Okay, I want to get to that. I don't have a timeline on it? Or it can't happen, maybe. Because I don't see the future event where the queen seeks to ease her mind or whatever it was is not on my timeline. So maybe it can't happen because I don't know why it wouldn't be able to happen though. Okay. Oh, I can't talk to you because she's upset. She's unusually upset. Shit. I should not have led with that. Okay. Damn it. Where's she going now? Yes, exactly. And we have a timeline journal that is set up just like the Bomber's Notebook from Majora's Mask. I love that. I love all the animals. I could go talk to Irma again. Oh, I remember what I was going to do. Where's that other guard? Marcellus. Let's go talk to Marcellus and see if this is super complex, Jason, which I love. It is handling it, I think, really, really well, like really impressively. And I'm just thinking about the way that it's handling the interface of talking to people while time, like in the time stream. So I think what's happening, and I haven't like tested this a lot, but like okay, right now time is passing. If I click on him, time stops passing, right? So everybody stops moving, giving me access to this interface. When I walk into a room where a conversation is happening, I think the system, the like data structure for that conversation has a start point and an end point. This is like just a minute ago, Othello was talking to Bernardo, right? And we were in the tavern, and I could click on a little sort of dialogue box, and we basically listened to the conversation that Othello is having with Bernardo. That happens a bunch in this game. I think that has a start point and an end point, and for the duration from start to end, the icon is visible that allows us to overhear the conversation. And when we do that, it plays out the conversation and then fast forwards time to the end, whatever that endpoint was. So it doesn't matter where in the conversation we enter. We can enter at the very beginning or like right before the end. Regardless, it will play that whole little conversational segment and then take us to the end of the conversation. And so you can time it out so that there's a small conversation and then another small conversation and then another small conversation after that. And I can stand in the room and listen to them all in sequence. But also, you know, if I know that something is going to be happening and I'm running across the landscape to try to get there in time, even if I'm there just at the very end, I can still get the whole conversation, which is important because the game judges sort of like what people know and what they want to do based on the information that it knows we overheard. So it can't really play a partial conversation for us. Because then that just makes it really complex as to like what part of the important information do we actually get. All right, I want to talk to this guy about Mysterious Queen Astrid because he's super old, so maybe he was around. I've never heard of anything about Queen Astrid, King Hamlet's mother. What do you know? Oh. Poor Astrid. She died young. I was in her service at the time. You know, she died in childbirth. Oh, okay. She died in childbirth, but there were always those nasty lingering rumors. Rumors of her death? King Alexander, Astrid's husband, so King Hamlet's father, wouldn't let anyone see the body, not even us guards or the priest who'd bury her. I'm sure he had his reasons, and grief is strange, but there's always questions left over. And that mistress of his sure was beautiful. Simona, I think her name was. Look at me prattling on about bones and dust. Excuse me. Do I have any information about Simona? No, not really. And nothing that I can talk to him about. Alright. Well, it's not quite 10:30, but let's go here. Let's just see what's going on. Yes, right. Kyla, exactly. If, does that pause? Yeah. If, yes. So they structure large conversations in multiple segments. And so you can walk in sort of after the first segment of the conversation has ended and miss that totally. Yes. It's really clever. It's a really clever way to construct all of that data in order to, you know, make a game. I don't want to talk to Claudius because I feel like if I say the wrong thing to Claudius, he's going to kill me. And I want to find out what happens with some of the stuff that we did. Where are you headed? Okay, let's see what's going on here. They're going to start talking.
My ladies?
Tell me, did you learn anything about the origins of Hamlet's insanity? It's most confusing, my lord. Certainly unlike him. Most unlike him, certainly. Maybe Polonius had more luck. King Claudius now wants to investigate Hamlet. Okay.
My lord.
By the way, Hamlet was cheered to hear the Playmaster Quince is returning. I thought inviting him might lift Hamlet's spirits just a little. We can stand to give up the Great Hall for just an evening, I think. Then perhaps you'll be cheered to know that Hamlet's rather keen on the idea.
Wonderful.
Hamlet? Really? You're certain? Hamlet? Keen on anything? Hamlet's father always liked to see Quince perform. I think he found the man's work relatable. I'm glad to see my son does too. Quince said something about... I don't remember exactly what he said. I think he said something about, like, having had interactions with King Hamlet in a way that suggested to me that, like, he had been through time loops with King Hamlet or something. I don't know. Gertrude and Claudius now believe that Peter Quince will perform soon. Ophelia learns about a future event in which Quince puts on the play that Hamlet designed. Let's see. When is that? That's an important one to keep track of. Oh, I should... Oh, yes, that's right. I am going to that one. Is that... when is the play? Oh, shit. That play's not going to happen. Is the play not going to happen because... Why isn't the play going to happen? Fuck. Okay, so the play is supposed to happen Friday night. Okay. I'm going to hang out to see what Claudius and Polonius talk about.
Hamlet.
Claudius is doing a... Oh, no. Sorry, Polonius just walked in. I thought Claudius was doing a soliloquy, which would be kind of amazing. All recent events have made it clear Hamlet is dangerous and must be dealt with. Perhaps it's time we fulfilled his request to be sent away.
Yes, sir.
Back to university at Wittenberg, you mean? Wittenberg? No. The prince deserves to see new sights, don't you think? I was thinking England. Something like assisting on a diplomatic endeavor on behalf of the Danish throne. Okay. I recommend a bit of targeted spying first. Maybe we can learn something that will help us. Very well, Polonius, if that is what you think is best. I shall give you another chance to prove yourself. Let us hope you learn something of use.
Yes.
Perhaps if we catch him and my daughter together, I can finally show my theories are justified. Yes. Yeah, they do monologue a little bit sometimes. Okay, so the main thing that I wanted, I was going to talk to Peter Quince sometime after the play. Oh no, that's on Saturday. Did I? Yes, I got the power to fast forward time. Should we just do that? Let's just do that. Let's just go there. Oh no, you know what I actually want to do more than that is I want to know why the play isn't happening. So Quince puts on the play Hamlet designed. This will not happen. Where is Quince and or Hamlet? Hamlet is with Lady Brit. Othello and Horatio. Let's follow Hamlet around. He's the main character. Holy shit, whether 'tis nobler to try and suffer through the pain and turn our backs on all of it and welcome the inevitable. I can't not actually say the speech. Or turn our backs on all of it and welcome the inevitable embrace of death a little earlier. To die, to sleep no more, and by sleeping I mean to end the heartache, the thousand little pains I have to bear. I wish I could just die, sleep, and maybe dream. That would be it. Who knows what I might dream of in death. What do you think, Ophelia? Hamlet, I can't listen to you go on like this, not anymore. There are still things of yours in my room. I'd prefer you took them back. Honest as always and ever so naive, I loved you once for those very qualities. I believed it. You shouldn't have. Then I was the more deceived. It's interesting to me how it is a I think it's a good contemporary translation. A surprising amount of the language is preserved that it trips me up every time, you know, Ophelia says then I was the more deceived, and Hamlet says you'd be better off as a nun. It feels like a weird disconnect to me. You'd make an excellent nun. Don't involve yourself with other men like me. We're all alike deep down. Someday some man will crumple you like a flower underfoot. Maybe we should do away with marriage altogether. No good has ever come from it, or ever will. You were a fool if you truly believed me, Ophelia. I never loved you. I don't believe that. I don't even think he believes that. But he's in a fit. He sure as fuck is, man. I'm gonna follow him around. And we're just gonna do that for a little while. Now what, Hamlet? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, this is where the portrait went. Jesus. Come to think of it, I noticed a blank space in the walls of the gallery. Yeah. Uncomfortably warm in here. Hamlet is kind of a weirdo. Somebody coming? I love this follow mechanic, quite frankly. So the other thing that I haven't talked about, but obviously I sort of feel like I need to talk about in relation to this game is Sleep No More, and you know, diorama games in general. And a lot of the mechanics of Sleep No More as designed revolve around following people. So having this kind of you know, an interface for that is specifically about hey, do you want to follow people around?
Hamlet.
I think is really good. How can you be like that?
Eat quickly.
Quality is not in its appearance, but its taste. Well, Mother's dinner has been well plated. Only mine looks like it's been stirred up. Jesus. If it truly bothers you so, I'm more than happy to switch. Fine. No, my... Oh, shit. Did Irma put something in Hamlet's dinner? And that... Oh, fuck. That's amazing. That's amazing. If the food... Okay. So the big thing that we did before we talked to Gertrude and got her to talk to Claudius, and I don't know what disaster that's going to be, but the big thing that we did early on in this loop was talk to Irma the cook, who has strong opinions about Hamlet needing more discipline, and instigated sort of an argument between Hamlet and his mom, and another argument between Hamlet and Irma the cook, where they just both are pissed at each other. And this maybe is the fallout of that. See, delicious. Oh, goodness. Gertrude, I feel suddenly ill. I'm going to be sick here, I fear. Can someone help me to... What the fuck? Wait, holy shit, what? What was she fed? Who put such a thing in her meal? Seize Irma immediately. Men to me at once. Wait, is he also gonna die? Oh, shit! She's trying to murder me. But she was trying to murder him? I don't feel like... I do think that she wasn't trying to murder him. Unless there's more going on. What is happening? Why? You idiot child. I meant it to be you. Holy shit! No, she really was. Oh, fuck. Okay. Irma shatters and will not recover. Gertrude and Claudius were poisoned. Ophelia learns about a future event in which Irma's punishment isn't over. Ophelia learns about Irma's ire. Yeah, what is the update to that? Holy shit, guys! Irma's ire. I saw Hamlet and Irma meet. Both of them fared the worse for it. Hamlet was cruel, and Irma only fed the flames, since something must come to a head soon. I can hardly believe. Irma poisoned Gertrude and Claudius to death, not intentionally. She was trying to eliminate Hamlet, but she was summarily thrown in the dungeon. I don't want to think about what Hamlet might do to her next. I feel some obligation to see this horrible world run its course. Whoa. I did not think that she was going to try to kill Hamlet. No. Keep going. But, I mean, that's why nothing happens after this. There's going to be no play because Claudius isn't alive to see it. Okay, Horatio. No, not the fountain. Horatio, what do you think about, like, current events? I can't ask you about current events. I will ask you about... that's not exactly what I wanted to ask. What would you say if Hamlet and I were to rekindle our relationship? Vito brevis occasion precepts. I don't know what that means. Life is short, opportunity fleeting. What is that supposed to mean? One ought to pursue whatever whim crosses one's mind. In this case, for you, Hamlet. For if we all might be dead tomorrow, what good does it do to deny yourself a worldly pleasure today? Though I must admit myself a jealous man, I cannot keep Hamlet all to myself. All to myself? I am too, Horatio. Sorry, you're a little slow on the uptake. Ophelia acquires the information Horatio friend to Hamlet. Okay. That makes some sense. He's very flirty, just in general. People wanting to kill Hamlet is sort of Hamlet's defining feature. That's right. There's a herald's horn. Something's happened. Sure, listen to the announcement. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for disturbing you. There have been some troubling circumstances. Castle is in a state of emergency, and until my men and I are able to investigate thoroughly, the king has passed. Yes. As a result, no festivals or celebration will be observed for some days. His loss is keenly felt by all of us. As most of you have no doubt heard by now, the king and queen became suddenly ill in the middle of their meal and perished shortly afterwards. We confirmed that Irma had poisoned them both. She confessed immediately, has been imprisoned and formally sentenced for her crime. May God rest their souls. This is horrible. I can't believe it. He's really dead. Whoa, Lady Brit. Huh, okay. Good riddance, I say. His Majesty? I love how dumb Polonius is. The nobility will soon meet to arrange a vote. In the interim, by our custom, Hamlet would traditionally carry on the duties his uncle leaves behind. No comment. My lord, are you prepared for that? If that's what I must do, I need some time to think about it. But I think my own father would have wanted this of me, for me to take the throne. You don't have to do this. Please, just give me time. Of course, as you wish. This is a dark moment for us all. That my lady's closest confidant would do this to her is nearly unthinkable. Truly, how awful. I apologize everyone for the disturbance, but sudden death like this always warrants a heightened awareness. I encourage all of you to report anything troubling you see to me at once and remain within the castle if possible. Hamlet and Irma become upset, so I can't talk to them. Polonius, Lady Brit, Marcellus, and Irma now believe that Hamlet is next in line to become king. Ophelia learns about a future event in which Horatio educates Hamlet about the future before him. Interesting. Okay, interesting. And I still want my Quince demonstrates theatrical prowess. And then Irma's punishment isn't over. Alright, well, we'll see.
Ophelia?
Oh. He's dead. I can scarcely believe it. I just wish I knew what Father would say.
Mother.
And Mother, her life, she was caught up in all this. Would that she still lived. Poor Gertrude, she didn't deserve that. I never thought I'd make it this long. I thought everything was so dark for so long. I couldn't feel, couldn't think. All I wanted to do was die. Some part of me still does.
I know.
But now you've got to make the hardest decision of your life. Where do you go from here now that you've chosen to live? I think I already know. I've spent these long months trying to purge you from my mind, but I couldn't do it. All the same, I know you've despised me from afar all summer. I wanted to respect that boundary, except for that one time when I snuck into your room in the middle of the night, complained to you when you woke up. If it's true that you love me no longer, I'll go, and I'll never trouble you again with my affections, nor stumble blindly into your room at dawn. You have only to say the word. What the fuck? What will the others say, Hamlet? What does that mean? You know well, the forces at work in Elsinore are far stronger than whatever I might desire. This is probably going to keep me from getting assassinated, though. Or maybe it will make me get assassinated even more. Don't you think I saw the way your uncle looked at me, as though I were an annoying insect? But he's gone now, Ophelia. He's dead. Listen, I am prince of this country, and soon, God willing, I will be king. What could you desire that would be beyond my power to control? You and I are bound by different privileges. That's the truth of this castle. But it doesn't have to be. Not anymore. Is that still something of interest to you? Revisiting our relationship.
Yes.
I mean, but how much revisiting can there be? Like, Hamlet the Prince having casual affairs is one thing. But if he's king, is it like it gets more political, right? I was vile to you. Yeah, you were. I knew it even then. I've done things to you that I would shame my father were he still alive. No amount of apology can ever remove what I've done to you. But despite all that, I'm deeply, truly, eternally sorry for the things I said and did. Oh, man, Hamlet. If you can find it in your heart to ever think of me with affection...
Hamlet.
What you did to me was wrong. You tried to wound me with everything you had. I'm really super curious whether I'm going to get a choice in this at this point. I'm torn in my expectation. I don't know. I kind of think that I will. I'm sort of expecting that I will, but it wouldn't surprise me if I don't. You tried to wound me with everything you had. You came after me again and again, and it hurt. I don't know what I can. I don't know that I can ever trust you again after that, or whether you deserve my trust. You're right. With my uncle's passing, I have come to believe in a world of fundamental justice. Interesting. Justice for all who have been wronged, including you. And in a just world, I treat you as my partner, and better, for the rest of our lives. The mistakes of our pasts teach us where those whom we loved deserve to be. And you deserve to rule Denmark at my side. You'd be a magnificent queen. I've said as much, even in my cruelest moments.
Please.
Can you share that vision with me? Can you trust me again? Rekindle my relationship with Hamlet. Well, shit. I feel like I gotta go for it. Ophelia learns about an event in which Hamlet confronts Claudius about the murder of his father, which must have happened in the past. When did that happen? I don't forgive you, Hamlet, not yet, but I suspect something in me misses you after all. Why are you crying? Isn't this what you wanted? No, it's not that. These last few months have been a living hell. I couldn't agree more. Are you afraid of what comes next? More than I've ever been. No one is certain what the chain of command ought to be. Shrug. I intend to take advantage of that ambiguity. It's time I sat on the throne. What's your plan? I don't have one. Okay, good, Hamlet. Sounds like you. If only there were someone who could give me advice, help me through this. I might have some ideas.
Wait.
Where are you going? Well, I see you tonight. Don't be afraid, Hamlet. The future belongs to you. Allow me to put thought to action on your behalf. Shit, what am I going to go do? Ophelia acquires the information, making a king. Hamlet and Ophelia now believe that Hamlet and Ophelia are in a relationship. Ophelia learns about a future event in which Hamlet and I discuss how he will rule. Okay, gonna have to do that. Ophelia learns more about the prince's ambitions. Okay. What's our timeline look like now? Dismal news from Bernardo. Yes. Horatio educates Hamlet about the future before him. That seems important if I'm gonna, that seems like information I should also know about. If we're gonna make him king. Okay. Who can I talk to who's not dead? Bernardo? Where's Bernardo? Hey, Bernardo. I got a new thing that I'm trying to do. Make a king.
Hello.
Hamlet seeks advice on how to be a great ruler. Can you help? I suspected this day would come, but so soon. There would have been a time when Hamlet and I were equals in our ignorance, but my knowledge of the political sphere has grown these last 10 years, sometimes in ways I wish it hadn't. I've learned some ugly lessons, some unfortunate things about the workings of this world.
Goodbye.
I'll speak to him and see what golden words I can give him. Oh, okay, sweet. Ophelia learns about a future event in which Hamlet gets some much-needed advice. Is it happening now? Yes. So that's probably like a... we haven't actually experienced this, but I highly suspect that some of these things, maybe not the Bernardo spy one, but like this one, I could have gone to any number of people and asked them about this same prompt and basically gotten them to go and talk to Hamlet. But because of the way that it's timed out, I can only really do that with one person. And they'll go and talk to Hamlet, and that's all I get. So I could go through this loop again and come back here and try it with somebody else. But this time, I've done it with Bernardo, and that's all. If an event is purple, it means that, or if an area is purple, it means an event is currently going on.
My lord.
I did not realize that, but that makes sense. My lord, I heard you're seeking advice.
Yes.
Is that so? I am. What can you tell me of ruling, Bernardo? You've proven yourself to be a great strategic commander. I'm sure that sort of skill will become useful in the near future. If there's one thing I've learned through my time in this position, it's that one must never show weakness or vulnerability. My father taught me that, and he was the strongest man I knew, outside of your own father, of course. Presently, the Danish nobility has demonstrated quite a threat to your rule. With rumors of spies, wartime treason, and other efforts underfoot, it's time they were quieted once more. Only a show of force will make them acknowledge the true legitimacy of the throne. But don't the nobility possess a greater standing army than ours? What if they go to war with us? Then we shall fight them and show we aren't afraid. That's terrible advice. I expected better of Bernardo. Okay. If Brit's family is working with Fortinbras against us, then we've no hope of beating the nobles. Is that what's happening? I wonder if there's anyone who can encourage Hamlet to form an alliance instead. Hamlet now believes that Bernardo believes that Hamlet's biggest threats are outside Elsinore. Oh, I can't talk to Hamlet, though. Shit. Okay. So, if the Great Hall is purple... Bernardo, this tracks for me. Bernardo's experience with his gender and sort of questioning his gender or all of that, unpacking all of that. His response to that has been to double down on the toxic masculinity, is to double down on passing for male and protecting himself in that way. That's sort of what he feels he has been forced to do. So I think that totally tracks as advice that he would give Hamlet, and probably tracks as bad advice that he would give Hamlet. I'm curious if the Great Hall is purple means there's an event happening there. What is that event? Especially because there's no people currently in it. So let's see what's going on. Holy shit. It's as if nothing's changed. He's dead and all moves on without him. How quickly the loss of a king and queen is recoverable. Perhaps the moment after one's king has been taken is a quiet one. The game is over and must be started anew. Now I line myself up on the edge of the board, ready to fight instead. Hamlet. This should be a moment of triumph for you. This is what your father wanted. You've eliminated the fox from your henhouse. Murder has been answered with its own kind. Come now, isn't that cause for celebration?
No.
Oh, Hamlet, still mopey. I thought Claudius's death would make it feel all right, but it doesn't. It's exactly the same, and now somehow worse. I never wanted to be king, and I'm going to fail them all. How long will it take them to realize what an idiot I am, if they haven't yet? How useless I am, no less a pretender than my uncle.
Hamlet?
Chin up.
Ah.
It's a good lad. Now deep breath. Big one. The animations are very good. There, I see a little color in your cheeks. Feeling any better?
Horatio.
I don't deserve you, really. I know, and yet here I am. The road before you is a difficult one, but it is one many men have trodden before you and will tread after you are gone. You can do this, I promise it. I have everlasting faith in you, in the goodness that lies within your frail little heart. And if you cannot believe in your own heart, believe in my good taste at least. You need to face this head on, and you shall, in a scant few days' time, when all this has passed, you will go before the nobility and ask their vote to wear the crown. If you can't find it within you to be ready for that day, if you can find it within you to be ready for that day, then you will make a great king. You're right. The time has come to put aside childish things. Never forget that I'm here. And Ophelia's here, even she likes to skulk around pretending we don't see her. Whoops, got caught. As long as you have friends in this world, you can do just about anything. Now, go about your business as usual, but keep your head turned up and your shoulders back. Act like the king you will be.
I will.
Indeed I will. Thank you both. This is exactly what I needed.
Farewell.
You know where to find me if you need me. Hamlet and Horatio now believe that Hamlet is next in line. Okay. Can I learn more about Lady Brit? Apparently Lady Brit's got, like, shit going on. Lady Brit is conspiring with the nobility and Fortinbras.
Huh?
I wonder if I could replicate this technique.
Oh.
Who are you talking to?
You?
Not you, Feely. Did I ask to be accosted? Why are you here?
Right.
You sound lonely for a girl who has the company of the queen herself. Queen's dead. Uh-oh. Ophelia, Queen's dead. Did you... Company of a queen means very little. Ask Astrid herself. Oh, right. You can't, because she's dead. Ophelia acquires the information Lady Brockenhus. Ophelia learns more about Lady Brit. Ophelia learns more about the melancholy of Lady Brit. Did I?
Brit.
What do you know of King Hamlet's mother, Queen Astrid? That's awfully specific. Well, you just mentioned her. Sheer curiosity. My grandmother knew her well. She attended court when Astrid was growing up. They were about the same age. And you've heard of her, of course. Unlike some women here, my pedigree runs deep. She didn't really die of childbirth, you know. That's just the nice story they tell. What's the truth? I've simply got to laugh, Feely. Here you are asking me for answers when your dear old father's the biggest Astrid expert of us all. I did not know that! Well, shit, where's Polonius? No, that's Marcellus. What am I missing, by the way? Britt appreciates art. Horatio educates Hamlet. Yes, good. Okay. This is not going to happen because that's why this isn't going to happen. Okay, I don't want to miss this. 6 o'clock in the Royal Click Gallery.
Father.
What do you know about Queen Astrid? Now that's a name I'd sworn not to speak again. Was there some ill omen about her death? Your mother was wonderfully faithful to Queen Astrid during her service. She served her as a handmaiden in the same way I advised King Alexander. It's strange. I just came from visiting your mother's grave. Oh, really? Thinking of your mother is painful. I wish you'd join me in visiting her too, now and then. We could pay our respects together. Perhaps then I could find the courage to talk about what happened. But now is not the time to unfurl feelings I've neatly tucked and folded away. Where's the graveyard? Ophelia learns about an event in which Polonius remembers my mother. When does that happen? Oh, I can look per person. Where is Polonius? Thursday. Thursday night. Okay, that should be easy enough. What else? I'm gonna ask him about the spy.
Father?
I heard Warren. Did I already ask him? I don't remember.
I see.
Certainly find the notion very interesting, but not substantial as of yet.
Oh.
That's right. He didn't believe it.
Of course not. Goodbye.
Yeah. I asked Britt about the spy, and I'm pretty sure she brushed me off. And the other thing that I could do is, where is Irma being kept? Oh, there's a dungeon. There we go. She's not gonna... Okay, she won't talk to me because she's upset to be in jail. I see. Below the guardhouse is the prison, and then there's the guards' quarters. Okay, that makes sense. Here's Lady Britt again. I don't think that she's trustworthy. I don't want to ask Polonius. That seems like a bad idea. Who else could I talk to? Oh, God. Yikes. That's well done. I like that. I wish that Laertes was back. I wonder what I can do to call him back. I could talk to Horatio. I could even talk to Marcellus. They're both in the same place. Wait, who am I talking to? Am I talking to Horatio?
Horatio.
Apparently I am. What do you know? Of course, ask the dark-skinned outsider what he knows of spies and treachery. I didn't mean it that way, Horatio. I merely wanted to know if you had any information I didn't. My apologies, Ophelia. I'm a bit on edge. I can sense the blue bloods of this castle looking at me sidelong and clutching their bosoms with fear. Luckily, the good Bernardo believes I'm pure of heart, for now. And as he's running the investigation, his opinions are the only ones that matter. Still, if you haven't spoken to him, perhaps you ought to, just to set your mind at ease. I have spoken with him. I wanted more.
Marcellus.
Can you encourage Hamlet to be a great king? He's seeking advice from friends. I've encouraged a number of kings and gilded men. Of course I can. So Hamlet's looking for a kind word. I've got just the thing for him. Thanks for finding me. Alright. Well, he's gonna go do that now. Let's go with him. Oh, right here. He's gonna summon Hamlet. Alright, well. Oh, there's Hamlet.
My lord.
My prince, heard you were looking for advice earlier. You're gonna seat the throne after all. So it would seem. Well, as the oldest serving guard in the castle, I've seen me a lot of trouble in my day. All of it stems from those blasted nobles. They're never happy. God damn it, that's not what I wanted. Weren't with your father, weren't with your uncle. I think it's high time we crushed them. Oh, shit.
What?
That's not good. You'd have us go to war with them. Truly, they don't respond to threats, bribery, peace talks, or any other strategy. What's left? I should have known this was a terrible idea.
I see.
Thank you, Marcellus. Perhaps there is no way forward with the nobility, which involves peace. Perhaps shows of force are all they respect. That's terrible advice. Okay. Wonder if there's anyone who can encourage Hamlet to form an alliance instead. Me too. Can I get... I know Horatio's already talked to him, but...
Horatio.
Hamlet seeks advice on how to be a great ruler.
What?
Hamlet seeking advice? Is he broken? That's awesome, actually. It's a little sad how worried it makes me to hear this. It's a positive change, Horatio. I'm worried about Quince. I don't know what the fuck Quince would say. I mean, Quince is just like... I think it's way more likely that he would do something to like purposely fuck shit up than give actual good advice. It's a positive change.
Goodbye.
Well, that's a relief. I've got all the time in the world for him. I'll find him. Oh man, so this system is more complex than I thought. Where it's not just a series of scripted events that happen in places that get sort of strung together, which is sort of how I was imagining this, right? That there's a master script of all of the possible events that could happen, but they're tied to times and rooms. But this is suggesting to me, I mean, maybe that's still true, but this is suggesting to me that like if one character wants to have a conversation with another character, then they will go to, like, they'll seek, if they, I don't know. I mean, like, maybe it's not. Maybe it's actually just that if an event is supposed to take place in a room where two characters are already present, then they won't move. They don't have scripted locations, except for when they do. It's really interesting. Heard you were looking for encouragement. Yes. You more than anyone else. What advice do you have for me? More warnings than wisdom, unfortunately. Fought beside your father when he went to war. I saw the way he rallied the Danish nobility to his cause. And then I witnessed your uncle cast them aside, leaving them angry and unsettled. He pretended they didn't exist. Currently, a great deal of them are quite angry at you, and it will fall into your shoulders to settle their hearts. Do you think you're up to the task? I don't know. I think so. Feels like I've inherited a court full of men who hate and fear me. Perhaps if you can assuage the enemies outside your court, you can deal with the ones within. Enemies within? Who do you mean? What? Okay, hold on. What? You know well enough who I mean. Who has treated you with stable revulsion for years? Who has claim to the throne? Who has claim to the throne?
Laertes.
Laertes. He'll not be thrilled to hear you've taken your uncle's seat. Are you saying I must be rid of him? Are you saying that? He's Ophelia's brother. Though I bear him no great love, it would tear her apart to lose him.
Of course.
Being a king involves making hard decisions. Decisions you know may hurt the ones you love. Laertes is a decision you must make. Were I in your place, he'd be gone by nightfall. Hamlet now believes that Horatio believes that Hamlet's biggest threats are within Elsinore. Well, shit. I don't know that Laertes is in line for the throne, but I think that he is a member of the nobility and as such can maybe make a claim on the throne. I know father ought to perish on Friday evening by Hamlet's hand, but circumstances have changed. Could it be? Could I have actually saved him this time? Feels so I need to see him. Sure, go do that.
Father?
My heart, come in. Thank you. You tore me from most troubling thoughts. What have I done to warrant a willing visit from my daughter? Whatever it was, I hope I can replicate it for future visits. Father, I can't believe you're, he'll only think me insane. What were you thinking about before I came in? You looked worried. Sorts of idle things an old man dreams about when he begins to contemplate the end of his life. Namely, your mother. Were she still here, what she'd think of me, of the way I've lived my life. I've served the throne faithfully for so many years. Sometimes I look around and wonder what all this unflagging allegiance is worth.
Please.
And I wonder if your mother would be proud of the way I've raised you and Laertes, or if she'd wish we'd left Elsinore long ago. I know she'd be proud. You've done everything you could, Father.
My love.
You know, Ophelia, sometime in the future, I've been thinking I ought to take you to summer somewhere outside of Elsinore. Not now, but perhaps in a year, when we've made you a suitable match, and you're intended to be wed. Oh, by the way, Dad, when this Norway nonsense passes and it's safe out there for you, I, and Laertes will leave these walls a small while.
Yes.
Does sound nice.
Father.
I know it doesn't make sense to you now, but I am glad you're alive and well. I thought I'd lost you, maybe forever, and I was so scared.
Lost me? Why, look at me. Don't cry. Why would you fret? I'm here.
I'm not going anywhere, not for some time yet, at least.
It is time.
Unfortunately for now, I must ask that you leave me be. I have some rather distasteful planning I need to complete, and some duties to attend to. To think Her Majesty would leave us so soon and under such horrible circumstances, the castle will be quieter without her laugh.
Farewell, Father.
Then I'll leave you be.
Ophelia?
One last thing, if something like this happens again and I don't survive, I want you to have something of mine. It's a key. It opens a chest in this room containing my most private belongings. I keep it on me at all times. This chest cannot be opened via any other method. It contains things which would cause people in this castle no small amount of grief if uncovered. If I ever perish, I want you to take the key from me to open this chest and burn everything inside it. Do you understand? He's safe in this world, but he won't be safe in the next one. Of course, Father, if that's what you want. I understand. Well, shit, that's a fucking quest.
I did it!
Father's alive and well, though it was not without a price. But at least for now, my father is alive. That's what matters. I'm not going to be able to save Father every time. I know that. There is much that needs to be done. And his death was only one small part of my nightmare. No matter the cost, being able to change his fate this much, it's a victory, albeit a small one. Even so, I won't live much longer now. Unless I find a way to stop whoever's killing me, Father and I can never survive together and live on. I'll just be returned to the beginning again, and Hamlet will still be a threat to Father's life. I've got to find someone who believes me about this assassin so I can plan further. Well, Peter Quince... Ophelia now believes that Polonius has a locked chest in his chambers. Ophelia now believes that fates can be changed. Ophelia learns more about my father's death. Okay, sweet. Ophelia learns more about Polonius. Let's go see Peter Quince. Hey, oh wait. Yes.
Welcome.
This is what I wanted. So good of you to come. I do so love this gallery. King Claudius may be a buffoon, well, was. But King Hamlet loved the great dramas and tragedies. There are even type-printed copies on these shelves. There's something so relaxing about a deep, bloody drama.
Go.
Not me. I prefer to read happier tales. Ophelia, don't you have some kind of, like, weird, twisted fairy tales book in your room?
Boring.
Stories can be beautiful without being happy, don't you think? Here, Ovid's Pyramus at Thisbe, the greatest love story ever written, and the subject of the play in Midsummer Night's Dream. For now, of course, until some half-rate bard steals and replicates it. It's also, I think it's like a direct predecessor to Romeo and Juliet. I might be wrong about that. Alas, only death could take you from me, therefore let us not be parted by death. Two young lovers so deeply fallen into one another that they'd rather die gruesomely than live apart.
What fun.
Don't you think that's beautiful? You have a funny definition of beautiful. I'd rather see them alive and well. Yeah, we got back together with Hamlet, and now I'm sort of regretting that heat of the moment decision. Death is never the ideal solution, not for me. I feel like that is the game telling me something about implicit victory conditions. You're a woman all about solutions, aren't you? I knew you were a bright girl. Fortunate things happen to bright girls in this world.
Why?
Why did you really ask me to come here, Quince? What do you want? Indeed, what do I want? Quite a larger question for another world. But for now, I'm going to give you the ability to change the content of the play I perform. Oh shit, of course. This totally makes sense as a mechanic. So, okay. If you have any juicy gossip you'd like to see on stage, you need only ask. What more were you expecting? Adieu, Lady Ophelia. I like that. Ophelia now believes that Ophelia can change the play. I'm down with that. That's rad. When do I die? unlikely event, Hamlet and I discuss how he will rule. Shit, is Hamlet gonna get assassinated? Oh, I do wish that I could click on Bernardo and go to, like... I want to go to where he is. I wish I could, like, see him on the map or something. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go talk to Bernardo. And I'm going to tell him that there's an assassin out to get me. And see if he can maybe protect me. Laertes isn't around. I don't know what I have to do to bring him back. In the play, I'm pretty sure he doesn't come back until after Ophelia dies, and then he comes back for the funeral. But I don't remember. And I'm a little worried that Hamlet's about to die. I don't know how or why. But I also think that the captain of the guard could maybe... Those are the two people who it seemed like could maybe protect me. Frozen in time. I'm in danger. Here we go. Someone's trying to threaten my life.
Listen.
Someone's trying to threaten my life. What? Who? I don't know, but they are. How do you know? I don't have proof, but let's say I had an unnerving experience which made me doubt my safety. I can add more patrols to the Night's Watch. You're a noble woman of the court and relatively unthreatening. Who would want you dead? I don't have an answer to that yet. Haven't we known each other long enough for you to believe me? If it will bring you comfort, before he passed, His Majesty requests that I meet with anyone deemed suspicious or threatening to the throne. Yeah, I do know that. I intend to continue that mission even now. If you sense someone's acting strangely, ask them to meet with me. I'll speak with them further and identify whether or not they're a danger to you. It need not take the form of solemn meeting. I'll keep it to a lightweight chat of sorts. Okay, so he's not going to help me directly. Okay, Bernardo now believes that Ophelia is in danger. Yeah. I have a couple hours until 9:30. I think this is going to be important. I don't know what it is. Where is Lady Britt? Let's see if I can get Lady Britt to meet with Bernardo in the meantime. Bernardo has summoned you.
Britt.
Bernardo would like to meet with you privately. Could you report to him, please? This is an insult. How dare he waste my time? I'm going to give him a piece of my mind. Well, Lady Britt now believes that Bernardo wishes to meet. Ophelia learns about a future event. Did we learn why Irma tried to poison Hamlet? No, we didn't. Irma refuses to talk to us.
My lady.
My Lady Britt, I'll be brief.
Of course.
Already know, Captain. You're going to ask me about this spy business, aren't you? Well, I know who your so-called spy is. It's the Queen. What the fuck? That's a rather serious accusation, don't you think? Not at all, for she's no spy. Saw her rummaging through the king's rooms myself. She's the one who's given him such cause to fear. I see. So part of the reason that the king believes there's a spy is that some of his personal possessions were not misplaced, but like moved around. So Lady Britt is saying there is no spy. It's all a mistake. Because the queen moved the king's stuff around. Merely a wife looking for something lost in her husband's items every evening just before midnight. Perfectly reasonable behavior. If her intentions are pure, then it would seem she has no spy to fear. Oh, no, she is accusing her of being a spy. She's just doing it in a roundabout way. Yet we have proof that someone has been passing letters to Fortinbras. This spy reaches beyond the king's disturbed
I
belongings.
see.
Then you're looking for someone who hates King Claudius enough to want him deposed. She's going to accuse Hamlet. Were I you, I'd be looking at the surly, unstable teen right under my nose.
Ugh.
Obviously, he's got an axe to grind and a throne to reclaim. Fascinating theory. At any rate, you're free to go. Thank you for your time. Anytime, good captain, by which I mean, don't do this to me again. Okay, well, we can check out Gertrude at midnight sometime. Alright, well, let's go to the dungeon, I guess. This is the second loop. But some loops might end up going faster because we'll sort of speed through them. Like this. Oh, I have to hold it down, I see. Oh, shit! No, did I miss it? Wait! What the fuck? What? Oh, God! No, alright, well... Okay. Stay your hand a moment. I need to talk to you. Who are you? Why are you doing this? What do you want? I'm sorry. For whatever little it's worth, you are innocent in this matter. Denmark must fall. It must fall. And you are the lamb whose blood must be spilled. How does my death play into Denmark's fall? I am no one to you. Okay, so... Hey, it seems significant that Irma's not in the dungeon anymore. To me, you are nothing, but you are an important person to important people. And that makes you useful. They'll never know about this, of course. They'll think you drowned in the end, the louts. Ah, fuck. How much did I fast forward? Shit.